I wonder what it was like at the end of World War II, if there was any of the similarities that occurred there. Did you?
Yeah, well, that's what I kind of say with the whole gender equality that the Soviets boasted was kind of more propaganda than actuality, because the Russians after the war, the women, wanting to get into service academies, wanting to kind of continue with it, were basically told no, that they weren't allowed. And a lot of it was, and obviously in a time of war, a lot of societal norms and things, are suspended for a while.
Right.
And I mean, that was the same way in the United States too. A lot of women, of course, worked during World War II, and then after World War II, they found it very difficult, to go back into that, because I think the society basically said, okay, we had a need that you filled, and then you need to go back to your, to your typical, your traditional roles as wives and mothers. And so it kind of was the same thing with the Soviet Union. I mean, it really took some time before they were able to, because they kind of saw it more of as like, we're only going to send the women up if we're absolutely desperate. Mm-hmm. That was kind of their philosophy. And actually talking to some of the Soviet airwomen, they told me that they're kind of perplexed that American women want to fly in combat. And because they saw, which is kind of funny. I mean, they thought as they were just feeling a need. I mean they were literally fighting for the survival of their country.
Well,
with
true.
Germany having invaded the Soviet Union. So it was a little different than from here. We didn't actually get invaded, but they were fighting for their for their very lives. Mm-hmm. So it was a little bit different. But so I remember talking with some of them, and they were just kind of like perplexed, like, well, I know you can fly, but why would you want to? Why would you want to put yourself through? Because they had seen like such horrors, during the war,
sure.
Flying in combat. So they, couldn't really understand why would you want to do that unless you absolutely had to. So it was very different mentality, I guess.